All right, welcome back, everyone. So, in part one, we saw Derry accidentally wander into Mr. Lamb's garden, right? And that kicked off a conversation that started to poke holes in everything Derry thought he knew about himself. Well, now in part two, we're going to see that conversation go to a whole new level. It gets deeper, way more emotional, and honestly, it's truly life-changing.
So it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Can one single conversation actually change a person's life? Well, let's dive right in and find out. We're about to see how Mr. Lamb's quiet, gentle wisdom starts to, chip away at those really deep, painful insecurities Derry has, and it's going to force him to face the very walls he spent so long building.
All right, Section 1, the fear of a face, unpacking Derry's deepest wound. So we're starting right at the heart of Derry's pain. It's this rock-solid belief he has that because of his scarred face, he's basically unlovable, that in the eyes of the world, he's just ugly.
And then, Derry drops this bombshell. He tells Mr. Lamb about this absolutely brutal comment he overheard someone say. I mean, just think about hearing that. This isn't just some bad memory for him. It's something he has completely absorbed into his being. He took this piece of casual, thoughtless cruelty and made it the absolute core of who he thinks he is.
Now, check out how Mr. Lamb responds. It's brilliant. He doesn't argue. He doesn't say, "Oh, that's not true." None of that. He just asks, "Who can tell?" Wow. With just 3 simple words, he cracks open the door to possibility. He's gently poking at this grim, absolute certainty that has kept Derry locked in a prison for years.
Okay, next up, a challenge to beauty, shifting the focus. So from this point, the conversation really starts to build. Mr. Lamb begins to challenge Derry's laser focus on his face, trying to get him to lift his head and see that there's a whole world out there. But here's the thing. Even after that little glimmer of hope, Derry just snaps right back. He goes right back to his default setting, back to this one all-consuming insecurity. It really just shows you how deep those roots of negativity go. It's a powerful habit.
And this quote right here, this is the core of Mr. Lamb's message, isn't it? He's practically begging Derry, stop focusing on this one tiny part of you and look up. Look at the whole face of the world. There's this huge, amazing, complicated world just waiting to be seen.
So really, it all comes down to perspective. It's about being able to see the bigger picture, to look beyond the one thing that's right in front of your face. It's about choosing to see the whole face of the world, not just your own. Your life isn't defined by your problems, right? It's defined by how you look at them. And Mr. Lamb is basically trying to hand Derry a brand new pair of glasses.
Moving on to a really key part, the empathy spark, a glimmer of hope. Okay, this is a huge moment in their talk. It's the first real crack we see in that wall of self-pity that Derry has built around himself. And it's just this beautiful, quiet little moment. He asks Mr. Lamb this simple question, and for the first time, the very first time, Derry is looking outside of himself. He's not thinking about his own pain. He's showing real, genuine curiosity about someone else. It seems so small, but man, it is just loaded with meaning. And that little spark of empathy, that's everything. It's proof that there's still hope for him. It shows that he can connect with other people, that he has it in him to escape that mental prison he's been stuck in for so long. He's not a lost cause, not at all.
But it's not like a switch flips and he's suddenly cured. It's not a straight line. Derry is still stuck in what you could call the negativity trap. He focuses on the problem, he worries and overthinks it to death, but he doesn't do anything. And what happens? The problem just feels bigger and bigger. The only way to shrink a problem is to take action.
All right, our next section, lessons in living, wisdom from a walled garden. So to try and help Derry break this cycle, Mr. Lamb does what he does best. He uses these simple stories and observations from his life right here in the garden to teach some really, really deep lessons about what it means to actually live.
So he tells this story, and it's a great one. It's about a man who was afraid of absolutely everything. And it's the perfect way to show just how pointless and, frankly, self-defeating all that fear can be. It's a little dark, but it's also kind of funny. I mean, this guy was worried about everything. A bus running him over, catching germs, a donkey kicking him, lightning striking him, a girl leaving him, slipping on a banana peel, you name it. So what does he do? He decides his best bet is to just opt out of life. He locks himself in his room, thinking he's found the perfect loophole to cheat fate.
And then comes the punchline. After all that, a picture falls off the wall, hits him on the head, and kills him. Just like that.
It's such a powerful lesson, isn't it? You just can't escape the randomness of life by trying to hide from it.
So the real moral of that story is that trying to avoid life is actually the biggest danger of all. Fear doesn't keep you safe. All it does is keep you from living. The only way to get over the things that scare you is to face them head on. Go right through them, not try to find a way around.
And this comparison is just perfect. It shows the difference between their mindsets so clearly. Some people hear bees and think buzzing, an annoying noise. Mr. Lamb hears them and thinks humming or singing, like music. Derry shuts things out with curtains. Mr. Lamb keeps his windows wide open to let everything in. It's a whole philosophy of radical openness.
Which brings us to our final section. An unlikely friendship, the gates open. So after all of this amazing back and forth between these two lonely people, something starts to happen. It builds the foundation for something that Derry probably thought was impossible for him. A real, genuine friendship.
And I just love Mr. Lamb's whole idea of friendship. For him, it's not about knowing someone's name or getting their life story. It's not a job interview. Friendship isn't about collecting facts about a person. It's about acceptance. It's about being open in a shared moment. It's something that just happens.
So think about it. Their bond isn't built on, liking the same things or coming from the same background. It's built on something way deeper. It's built on genuine curiosity, on challenging old, tired ideas, on being vulnerable with each other, and on this incredible, unconditional acceptance. No resumes needed.
And that really leaves us with the big question of the whole play, doesn't it? It's a question for Derry, for sure, but it's also a question for every single one of us. Are you gates open? Are you letting life in, with all its messiness and beauty? Or are you shutting things out, hiding away behind walls that you've built yourself? It's definitely something to think about.